Okay, welcome to our session to have fun. Simply put, a very serious subject like having fun is being taken very lightly. People
Hmm.
most often do not pay attention to this.
True,
And yes,
true.
work happens in everybody's life. Like things just happen in their life. As we grow up, I think as children we had the most fun. Not a
True.
single worry in life, and
True.
we were so much focused on having fun that there was nothing else for us.
Correct.
Everything, just being sitting stable or sitting silent in some place would be very difficult for most kids. There would be some odd kids who were the well behaved ones who would sit nicely, do as they were told. But in general, all kids would find something to have fun. They wouldn't
True.
need an activity. They will have
True.
fun with anything and everything in their house. Like, for example, when I look at my kids, 8 years old and 5 years old now, in the past few years, what I've noticed is they will eat everything other than the things they should eat, and they will play with everything other than the toys we bring them.
True.
Absolutely, kitchen utensils, anything from my desk, pull out something from the cabinets and play with them. So they have the most fun. Probably college days are when our fun goes external. We start going out to have fun. We start exploring fun activities per se and so on and so forth. There's a great fun element which comes with having fun with other people and so on and so forth. Right. So, but this youth is still having a lot of fun. And of course, then there will be a small group which gets serious with life because life has hit them in many ways. But then it continues. And then work life begins.
True. Agreed.
We're still trying to have fun then. Fun definitely begins to go down. Our fun somehow goes to the weekends.
True.
Weekdays we reserve for our work, weekends we reserve for having fun. And even there, the youth will then be very like focused on, okay, 5 days a week I'm working very hard. Let me really enjoy those 2 days. And sleep could be fun. Some of the guys would be just sleeping the whole weekend off, which is their definition of fun. Accepted. But then fun gets compartmentalized to 2 days out of 7, which is less than 30% of your life. And then, of course, we get married. Some fun in the beginning, but then,
True.
yes, years pass, and then we don't even
Shopping
realize
back.
we are missing out on fun. Just fun disappears. The weekdays are at work, weekends where you are supposed to have fun. We do have fun. Sometimes we're just trying to escape that fun. Sometimes there's a difference of opinion on fun.
True. Agreed.
And then kids happen.
Yeah. Then more fun.
You're saying more fun. But yes, the definition of fun changes completely. Now you're probably
Agreed.
just trying to get some sleep over the weekend while the
Correct.
kids don't have. And as kids grow up, they are having fun. You're
True.
watching them having fun, which is probably fun for you. But
That's
then
true.
your own fun has probably disappeared.
Agreed.
Right. And then, of course, work keeps happening, life keeps happening, marriage
True.
and kids, they, of course, occupy your time. And somewhere in all that, life becomes very, very important and fun gets deprioritized. A testimony of that is probably just three of us in this session about having fun. As I was saying to Ankita, I mean, hopefully people are either having fun and missing this session, or at least they are having a good night, good sleep, and extended sleep on a Sunday morning. That's a good, acceptable alternative to have fun.
True.
So,
Very
so
true.
on that note, I think we've established the subject of fun in terms of what has happened to fun in our lives. So, would just like to hear from both of you about what has happened to fun in your life. Ankita, Syed.
Okay, I'm absolutely agreed with your point that But kids always, able to find the way of fun, even though they have their own problems. So they are focusing on fun instead of problems. Yani. For example, he has a lot of homework to do, but he's just skipping the homework and just focusing on fun. So they have a different focus. And yes, we made ourselves too much busy in our life that we couldn't even, calling our friend, we are not having a time to talk.
Yeah.
I will share one small experience. So since 5 6 months, I'm too busy. I'm not able to meet any of my friend and all.
Uh-huh.
Only one day here in my current company, we have only one day off. That's
Okay.
on Sunday. Okay, in Landmark, I used to have 2 days. So that's a different thing. Now, to adjusting in 2 days to one days, it's also one of the challenge because we have some weekly works to do, shopping and all. So it's difficult to meeting friends and all. Suddenly, I had a meeting in Karama somewhere. So I thought let's call one of my friend, and I called him. He also got surprised why he called me. So I said, okay, let's meet. Are you in office? He said, yes, you come. Right. Then I went to office. We had a nice coffee, and almost 1 hour we just had all, and he also enjoyed a lot. Even I was feeling absolutely different after meeting him. So then I realized that, yeah, sometimes we used to meet. Yani, ultimately, we are the social animal. Yeah, we cannot
Yes.
stay alone always. If we go alone to Burj Al Arab, we will not enjoy it definitely. You need some company. So, for my idea is fun is absolutely meeting good friends and all.
Perfect. Perfect. And you rightly said, kids are of course having fun, and we are completely losing out on it. And whenever it happens, it surprises us.
Correct, 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 correct.
The feeling of just having fun, and as you rightly said, fun could be meeting a friend and having a chat for 1 hour over coffee, right? And once it happens and you realize, oh my god, that was so much fun, we should do it again. And then of course we forget it and we
Correct,
don't do
correct,
it again.
correct, correct,
And it
correct.
was so simple,
True, true,
nothing
true,
exemplary, nothing complicated, just meeting a friend and having that fun was so much in our control,
true, true, true,
and yet we are missing out on it.
true.
So yeah, definitely. Ankita, want to share your thoughts?
Yeah. So
We can hardly
I don't
see.
know, like my definition of fun would have been so different a couple of weeks back.
Okay.
Okay. Um it's a realization that I had that I'm having more fun when my husband is not around. He's been in India for like last 3 weeks. And it was 3 weekends for me. So one weekend when I was there in India. Uh, so one weekend before and one weekend after. Like this is the third weekend. So I'm really actually having a lot of fun. And then now I realize that maybe I am not able to have fun every day or like all the time because he sits and nags a lot about a lot of things. Like, why didn't you do this, that, and all? And then like I start losing it. For a certain extent, probably I would, then I realized that, oh, okay, I'm a fun person. He's the one who's not allowing me to have fun.
You need to
or,
convert him
or
now.
or it's not only about my husband. I have the same opinion about my mother, my father, and my mother-in-law, all of them. Because out of the 3 weekends, the first weekend that I've got, um, I was only alone with my kid, and then I was acting as crazy as she's doing it. And I felt like, yeah, I mean, this is fun. Actually, this is the fun that we were missing as kids. Like, it's fine. Just skip a meal. It's okay. And usually, when everybody said, "Oh my God, she didn't eat food. Oh my God, she's going to become sick," I mean, that just weighs us down, like all their opinions and all that.
Where's
Same
the
thing.
buttons with you? Where's the buttons?
It's there out. Can you please get them for me?
For you,
Yes, please.
So
mommy.
sweet.
And it's the same thing. So at the 3 weekends, yes. So the first weekend, was like absolute fun with her. Like I had my friends come over to my home, and then like she was also enjoying with them. I didn't mind that, oh, she's awake for so long, oh, she needs to be in bed by 9. Nothing of that sort. I was like extremely like free, and then I was like, okay, this is my kid, nobody else has to judge me here. None of my friends will be able to tell me like, oh, shouldn't she be in the bed by now, or whatever it is. So it was absolutely like, stress free for me. And I had like a game night with my friends, which of course I had been planning for so many days, like so many months. But that game night was, it wasn't even like game night. Okay, come.
It's a different
Yes.
level of fun altogether.
Yeah, just a game night, and then like we probably just put up some songs on the TV. We just like listening to it. We were discussing about the old times. And Avyu, that's very small. Can you please wait once? Yeah, where's your doll? Where's your doll? Does your doll have a jacket? Can you just go and check once? Come, let's go and check your doll. So, okay, bring it here. Okay. So it's just that I was doing whatever she does. Like I was just going with the flow. And then I realized that, okay, they have a much more clearer idea about what fun is, and just following them sometimes, like how we know about career, we know about life, and we expect them to follow us. I
Do
think
we?
sometimes we need to follow them about like having fun. And
We have a clear idea of those other things you mentioned.
maybe I'm just saying, like,
Agreed,
better.
agreed your point.
So okay, you can remove it. So it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Just having fun with her, like just doing whatever she does. Like if she wants to be tickled, tickle her. If she wants me to be tickled, I will just sit there. So we used to do that for like hours together, which sounds very silly, and which sounds like, oh my god, there are so many errands, so many chores that are not happening. I can't do this. But then I just did that. I'm like, who's gonna judge me? I'm at home. If I want to order, I'll just order from out. I don't need to like make food and all that. So, but I just want to have this time with her. It'll fall on you. It'll fall on you. Okay, be careful. And similar thing, like even while traveling, I was traveling with her, and I just love traveling with her. We pack our suitcases, and then I have one suitcase in my hand, and she has her small suitcase, and then she just imitates all the way from here till we reach there. Till
That's
she sees
absolutely
my
fun.
parents or somebody, she's just like the same thing. She just imitates me, like security check or everywhere we go. She's gonna just imitate me. She just like the way I take my. Yes, baby. Okay, sit here. So like the way I get frisked, and she'll be like, "Why are you not doing it for me?" She questions the lady like, "Why are you not frisking me?" And then she carries her own boarding pass. She carries her own passport. She's extremely responsible, and it's very fun with her. And then we sit. Sometimes we just sing in the airport. I don't care about anybody. Like I'm like, I'm not going to sing you. So it's okay.
I'll
I
have to
can sing
remember that.
loudly in there.
Perfect.
So all these, I don't know. I probably would not do it with people who I keep regularly meeting. But yeah, this is something that I do with her.
I
Hi.
Say hi.
Both disappeared.
Oh no.
very
She.
true. Very true.
Great. So yeah,
Absolutely
we have this
perfect.
realization that
Yeah.
fun is
Agreed.
easy, right?
Agreed.
And we end up missing out on fun because we let life happen
Correct.
and other things that keep happening around us, which keep us away from fun.
True.
Right? One of the things which I've found people doing, and of course myself included, is we are trying to plan fun.
True.
That weekend getaway or that weekend outing,
True.
the game night which Ankita talked about, right?
True.
Which was in planning for like months and not happening.
and it actually didn't happen the way we planned, and I think that's the reason why it was fun. We
Exactly.
bought Monopoly, we bought Snakes and Ladder, Ludo, Uno, and everything. We ended up playing only Uno, and still we were so happy about it. Like, oh, we did it, and we should do it more often.
Yes.
True, true,
So,
true.
and I am not against planning, and we will come to the planning part of it also. But in our heads, fun needs to be planned. We plan a movie. We will go through like websites and check out reviews and see which theater we will go, which mall we will go, and which movies are there. And we just make a whole exercise out of having fun, which is sometimes not fun. Those thousands and thousands of Goa trips which get planned in India but never executed.
Correct, correct,
Right.
correct.
The most notorious of the plans, the Goa plans, they never happen, but so many of them get discussed. And same with our lives. In so many different ways, we are trying to plan the fun, right?
True.
Fun which is supposed to be so instinctive, so impulsive,
correct.
right? It's like going to the supermarket with a list of 5 things, and you absolutely go pick up those 5 things and come back. My wife does that, and she expects me to do that too, which means she will give me a list of 5 things and she expects me home in 15 minutes. I end up coming back after 30 minutes. It's like, what were you doing? I said, I was just going around in the aisles looking at things, and I picked up 4 other things. Obviously, all junk, chips and biscuits and other things. She's like, who asked you to get there and look at your weight? And for me, those things are a bit of fun.
Correct.
Going through those
And-
supermarket aisles and looking at things can be a fun,
True.
Okay.
This is not broken.
right?
And
So now-
one more thing is, when we plan fun, I think if things don't happen that way, like let's just say you said that like we plan for a movie, and let's say if the movie turned out to be bad,
True.
didn't
It's horrible.
and then the entire concept of fun that we planned for so many weeks is spoiled.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you open this for Mama?
And the other thing is,
This is not
and a good example, I like that example of the movie, because having fun at the movie has so become dependent on the movie and not on the
Correct.
people you're going with.
Correct.
Like, I remember going to a movie where, I mean, it was actually a horror movie. This was way back in college. So 1995 or something. It's like way back in the past. It was a horror movie and it was getting re-released in India. Like, we used to have these movies used to get released very late in India, the English movies. And then 6 months later, 1 year later, they would again get released for people who missed it and all. So it was, I think, the Evil Death series or something.
Correct.
And it was released, and me and 2 friends of mine from college, school friends of mine who were with us in college, we decided to go for that movie. We go buy tickets and we go inside to find ourselves as the only customers. So just 3 of us. So we find our seats and we sit, and suddenly also
Feel
think,
more all.
is it really necessary to sit in our own seats? But yeah, we sit. And we look around and we find only one other guy sitting in the hall. And then he comes to us and asks us for our tickets and checks it. And then we realize, oh, this guy is only checking the tickets. He's not really a customer. Now, it was the horror movie, and it was considered at that point in time one of the most horror movies of its time. Start to end, about 90 minutes or so, or slightly more, me and those 2 friends, 3 of us, were almost continuously laughing. That movie was supposed to scare us, and
Correct.
we were laughing. Now, I am sure that if I had seen that movie either alone in a theater full of people or with some other friends, I would have enjoyed the movie the way the director envisioned it. I would have been scared. But I just did completely opposite, and all thanks to the company I had. It was that mood in which we were. We were in a mood to have some crazy fun, and we found something to laugh at in every frame of that movie. We were literally continuously laughing. To the extent that halfway through the movie, this guy who was checking our tickets, he came and told us, "Bacho, it's a horror movie." And we laughed at that also. So an example of movie where people go out and watch the movie and come out, yes, unless they are interacting and having fun together, somewhere they're missing out also on that multiplier effect of having fun.
True.
The movie would have been a lot more fun if they either interacted or they just laughed at the right places together and things like that. Of course, it would become a nuisance for all the other people around them. But then, as Ankita said a few minutes ago, who cares?
Who cares? True.
So I'm not recommending go out to the movie theaters and laugh and talk and all that, please. But have fun. Watching the movie should be fun. For the past several years, once I started taking my kids to the movie theaters, I don't watch the movie like this. I watch the movie like this. Completely tilted on one side, because on this side, right hand side, my daughter is sitting and she's continuously asking me questions. Who is this? What did he do? Why he did that? Why is he going to do that? And like, watch the movie, you will come to know. So I'm constantly like this, trying to answer her question. So hopefully I'm not disturbing others, but that's how I've seen most of the movies in the past couple of years. She's 8 now, questions have reduced, but then I got a son now who is 5 years old. I'm doing the same thing. Yes, it's fun. Even for simple movies, which are most of the animated movies, we see Disney animated movies, they have so many questions. And see, I talk about my 5-year-old and he jumps up. Say hi.
Hi, morning.
Having fun?
Hitansh.
He was having fun. He was actually sleeping.
Hitansh Bhaiya has come.
Right. So coming back to fun, one of the aspects of our lives is laughing and not smiling. We smile. We probably smile several times in the day. We find things to smile at, naturally or unnaturally. Sometimes we smile because we want to smile, and sometimes we smile because we are expected to smile.
Correct,
We have
correct,
no
correct.
feeling of smiling, but then of course it's the right thing to do and we do that.
Yeah.
We're not talking about smiling. I'm talking about laughing, really laughing, and not just at jokes, at things happening in life, right? Having fun and laughing at the same time. Like Ankita mentioned a few minutes ago, the times when she is tickling the daughter and the daughter is tickling her, laughing at that. Like just within the family, someone does wrong and everybody starts laughing, right? It could be as simple as my kiddo trying to do something and the whole thing falls apart, like trying to build a tower of Lego blocks and he's just putting the last piece and then the whole thing falls down. Of course, we can be sad about it, but what if we just choose to laugh, right? The whole mood lightens and he builds the whole thing again. Otherwise, he would have been sad and not do the building again part of it, right? We have reduced laughing in our lives to such a great extent. If I were to ask you, when did you laugh last? You might have to think.
True. Agree.
Right? And that is what the other thing about it. Of course, laughing is not equated to having fun. It's just a part of it. Having fun will be the entire range. Laughing is just a small part of it, but it's an important part of it. It is just physically very rewarding and very important.
Yeah.
Right? So now just coming to fun, I'm trying to make this fun subject a very serious one, trying to get down to bare details, but let's give it a shot. I would think of fun in 3 different ways. One is very intrinsic. It's like me having fun. Nobody else involved, nobody else part of it. It's just me having fun. And it could be as simple as reading a book. That could be fun for me. Watching something on my mobile. It could be randomly going through reels on Instagram or Facebook. It could be watching videos on YouTube, right? Or just simply watching a movie on Netflix or anything. It could be fun thing for me to do alone, right? And if I am doing that, I'm having fun. And for years, I actually thought I was having fun while doing those things. Not wrong, but I am missing out on a crucial aspect that we are social animals. Forget social animals, we have a family and we live in an environment where we are not only responsible for them, but we have got duties towards them too. And having fun cannot be an individual activity all the time. And which is where it comes to the extrinsic fun, where you are having fun with others, right? Family, friends, spouse, especially, like all by itself. Once children's come into the play, having fun with spouse, just the two of you, becomes a rarity, right? I haven't seen a movie with my wife since the children arrived. Like just two of us watching a movie and trying to enjoy it doesn't happen. Like even having a 10-minute conversation, like just having a conversation is difficult, right? Those things
And
happen.
and sometimes if we really have that fun, it will not be fun because we'll carry that guilty feeling that, oh my god, like how am I doing this? Like rather than this, I should be actually like taking care of the kid or something.
Yes, ignored the kids for
Like
half an hour,
guilty
15
feeling.
minutes,
Oh yeah, the guilty feeling would.
right? And of course, since we spend so much amount of time at work, having fun with colleagues also. Now, friends, family, colleagues, and spouse, 4 different spaces. And of course, when I put family, it includes the kids and extended relationships and everything. And having fun with kids, you could put separately in a bucket, right? And we need to balance it out, because each of those areas or each of those groups of people are very important to you, and having fun together would kind of cement the relationships, will make it much more stronger, right? Will make it much more effective. The relationships would grow stronger, and so on. So having fun is not just about having a few laughs, having a good time. It is about cementing relationships also, about making relationships stronger. It's of course physically good for yourself, for your heart, for your body, for your mind, mental health, everything. But it's great for relationships also. People you are having fun with, it's great for those relationships. There will be a lot more happy memories created, which are always great for establishing relationships, for strengthening relationships, right? And of course, while we try to plan the fun, and most of the plans don't really work out because of conveniences, schedules, and getting everybody at the same time, at the same place, and so on and so forth. If we were to again think of having fun as unplanned and planned, and focus a lot more on unplanned while we do the planning for structured fun also in place. But if the unplanned fun can start getting our attention, it will be far more easier, because it's far more easier to have that unplanned fun at the spur of the moment. And it's also easier to do because you're not trying to do something big, right? And let's focus on that, right? For the next 15-20 minutes, we'll just pick each relationship or relationship group, and we'll look at some planned as unplanned fun, right? And the only reason we will be doing that is to then implement those ideas. At least the unplanned ones, if we can start implementing in the next 1 week, right? Within this weekend, today is Sunday, the whole week, and then the next weekend, within the span of 8 days, if you're able to implement at least one of the ideas of the unplanned fun with all the groups, that would be a win, right? So let's start with the closest of the relationships, your spouse.
True.
Ankita had a good time without him. When is he coming back? When is your husband coming back?
Tomorrow.
Okay. So it falls
Tomorrow
within
morning.
our bucket of the next 8 days. Okay. So just one idea of unplanned fun. We're trying to plan the unplanned, okay?
Hmm.
But it is to trigger thoughts. what could be that one thing you do in the next few days, which would be an unplanned, spur of the moment, fun thing which does not require elaborate planning or things like that? Just one small thing.
I don't know, just having probably a Nutella sandwich with my daughter. That's all. I mean, it's just unplanned. I don't need anything, and it's chocolate.
Wow. The thought process was to have an unplanned fun moment with husband. And the idea is having a Nutella sandwich with daughter. How is
Okay,
it
with
fun for him?
husband, something unplanned. Very difficult because my husband is like, he needs everything. Like, he gets irritated even if something is like 5 minutes delayed. So I'll tell you one thing, like, it is not fun doing anything unplanned with him. That's what I'm trying to make a point here. So if I say like Nisha Bhabhi, like if we plan at home that, oh, these are the things that we're gonna buy in the supermarket, and then we go to the supermarket. If I leave that aisle and get attracted to something else there, he would get pissed off at me for that. So unplanned with my husband is very difficult. I don't know.
So give him that impression that it is planned then. Think
Eh,
about it for a minute. Syed, what would be a fun activity with your wife in the next few days?
We'll go out for dinner. That can be the that can do.
Nice. Can you do that today?
Otherwise, it's good point. We'll surely think of it.
No. We are already thinking about it. I'm not postponing thinking or thinking about fun today. Today we have allocated this hour to think about fun.
For my personal events, I like to go out for a dinner or somewhere.
Can
Just
you do that
changing the
today?
place. Yeah. We can do. Today is definitely Sunday, so we have time to.
Easier to do it on a Sunday rather
Easier
than
to
the
do.
weekdays.
Yeah. True. Agree.
Just weekdays you plan and then something happens in office and then you have to cancel or delay or whatever.
Weekdays not possible even because
Right.
due to very tight schedule and all.
Yes. So that's one thing you can definitely attempt today with your spouse. Ankita, I'll leave it to you to think about something that you can plan for him, but it should be more spur of the moment. Like plan it while you're doing it or something. Figure out a way of doing it, but do something, right? And then of course a planned thing, which you could plan for like next weekend. That would be something else, right? Like you start talking about it right from this weekend, all through the week, you're actually planning for it. It could be slightly more elaborate. It could probably be a movie show which you're booking and like, okay, we're booking the show for next weekend and then we'll go for that. Or it could be something else. Like we'll take a day out, drive someplace, come back. It could be more elaborate, something like that. So that's the planned part of it, something more elaborate. What it could be. Syed, for next weekend.
Can go for a long drive. That can.
Any particular place you have wanted to go for a long time and haven't really done that?
Yes, this the other side of Fujairah.
Okay.
Kalba.
Okay.
So
Interesting choice.
I tried many times, but not able to make a plan because I was always thinking that it's best time to go in early in the morning, and when things comes about early in the morning, this plan get changed. early in the morning nahi ho payega. So that's the problem.
Okay. So I think that's a nice conversation to have over dinner today. Right? So while you're having fun having that, oh, this was good. Let's plan something for next week.
Correct.
Right? Ankita. Ankita is saying unplanned is still not resolved. You're asking me to go over to planned one.
No, so he has something in mind. If you're asking in next 1 week or 2 weeks, it might be difficult. But over the next 2-3 months, we have some plans. Like he had
No,
we had
no.
planned.
2-3 months is fine. I want next week.
Okay.
Next weekend.
I want to go to Dragon Mart. I'll probably pull him there. I'll probably convince him and manipulate him to come there. Planned activity. I'll manipulate him like, oh, see, after 2 years, we're getting to celebrate festivals. We're going to celebrate Diwali. So for that, we
True,
need to
true,
buy
true.
some fairy lights. We need to buy something and all that. So for that, we need to go to the best places, Dragon Mart. I said, that's not right. That's not right. What are you doing here?
One of the finer points we should remember is that when we are planning fun activities with someone else, it should be fun for them too.
True. Agree. And that's the challenge.
We're
That's
trying
the
to have
challenge.
fun with them. You're
That's
not trying
that's
to
the
have
challenge.
fun at the cost of other people.
Because
So,
the idea of both will have a different idea for the same activity.
exactly.
So it's difficult. It's challenging to marry the
Yeah,
choice of.
first, as I said earlier, also the first time I was thinking about, am I having fun in life? How much fun am I having in life? It was like, okay, I am having good fun. I am reading the books I want. And at some point I've read like 60, 70 fiction books in a year, which came down to 24, 30 also, but I was still having fun. Between YouTube, between Prime and Netflix, I was having a lot of fun. And then it hit me that it's only me who is having fun. My kids and my wife think of me as a boring guy,
True. Agree.
right? And just the weekend plan of going to the movie, yes, it can be fun, but the whole thing needs to be fun, right? From the time you leave home to the time you
I
come
think
back,
that's why I
and
said I
rather
will
than
manipulate
just
him
the
into
movie.
that. That's why I said my first statement was I'll manipulate him into that. I can do that very easily. I'll
Yes.
make it sound fun. I'll make it sure. I mean, the statement would be that, for the next 3 hours, like the whole trip, whatever 3-4 hours trip that we're gonna have, I'm not gonna scream at you. I'm gonna agree to everything that you say, and that'll be enough for me to manipulate him to have fun.
Ankita, I hope you have not forgotten the video of this recording is going online. Right. So it's one group that we have discussed. Now let's go to the other group. I'm jumping to colleagues directly because tomorrow being a Monday, we'll be back. You will be walking back in office. Thankfully, I don't have an office for now. So having fun with colleagues, and it's not those events which get planned by the HR or the rare lunch or dinner which gets planned, or even an outing which gets planned, probably never happens, or things like that. It is having fun at work during the normal day, which is impulsive. What are those tiny small things that you can do which actually make the workplace a little better, which makes that workplace a place where you really want to go rather than dread going to, oh, come on, for a morning again. Like it's like this Monday blues. Like the reason Monday blues exist is because people are not having fun at work. Workplaces are boring.
Give the team work from home.
Having fun with the team, not without. So, how are your dynamics at work, and what would be your ideas of having little fun at work?
I would say a small break with good snack, samosas and all, and which should be sudden, unexpected, uninformed break with the colleague. So it suddenly, "Arey, chodo kaam, aa jao, sab log." We'll just have a small get together. So that really helps to give a small break from the busy schedule, and suddenly sab log it change entire environment.
Oh yes, food is a great unifier. Food is a great stress buster, great unifier. Unless you have some overly health conscious person in the team, saying, no, I won't have that. But
even I
it's
still
something,
remember all
and you
the
rightly said,
TMI.
and the best part is it's the unplanned thing. It's that you just go out or order that stuff in, bring that stuff, and people are like looking at you, what is he got? And then, okay, everybody come here, we've got samosas, and we've got some snacks, or we've got pizza. And like everybody's like, what happened? What is the occasion? He's like, nothing, just like that. And people continuously keep wondering, why did he order? Why did he do that? And getting together over that snack for those 15 minutes, taking a break from work and just talking about things which is not work.
True.
Having that very informal gathering. It can be actually a great thing, just lightening up the whole mood, improving relationships with your work colleagues and all. And I think this is one thing which I missed and which everybody is missing during that entire pandemic.
True.
Because we were away, we were meeting for the meetings, discussing the serious things and getting disconnected. All that
Correct.
informal chat, those talks which used to happen. I mean, we spent quite a lot of our time talking non-work things at work also, right?
Agreed.
Which is cementing relationships, which is building those relationships between the teams. If everybody was just talking work, those personal relationships don't get built, really.
True. True.
Of course, I'm not saying go overboard with that, but getting personally connected. So I like that idea very well of surprising your team with some snacks. Ankita, have you figured out some idea other than work from home? Ankita. Okay, while she comes back, I think daughter has demanded something, so she's in the kitchen.
Correct.
Yeah, and I think connectivity is also playing something. Okay, so a very easy way. The planned things anyway. Okay, Ankita, you're back.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I was on mute. So my team had a very, very rough week the last whole week. So I probably want them to just like, I'll just take them outside. Probably for I mean, we work near the mall, so it's okay. So we'll just walk down there, and for the entire conversation, I don't want anything related to work. Probably we'll talk about our personal life and all that, because over the last 1 week, we didn't have a chance to even talk about the personal life, and we sacrificed a lot of it for getting the work done beyond the office works and all, office hours and all that. So probably I'll ask how how the family has reacted, what really happened there, and how can we avoid the next time doing something of that sort. But of course, nothing related to work.
Yeah, avoid the stress of the work.
Yeah.
Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea.
Good idea. Yeah.
And the thing is, these things don't really need to be planned much in advance, and you can decide on the spur of the moment. And yes, executing them can be at the spur of the moment or can take a day or two. Right? Let's say Ankita proposes, we are just going off to the mall in the evening or in the afternoon, and somebody says, okay, but I've got these 2 meetings or I've got this thing today evening, so can we do it tomorrow? Sometimes it can happen, but make sure it happens, right? And the thing is, today we are having this triggering conversation and we are talking about this, but then this should be a kind of thought process every month, every week, right? And fun can be had just in many, many other ways. Like if we extend this conversation, you will come up with 10 different ideas of having fun at work, right? Similarly, having fun with spouse, informally, formally, you could come up with 10 different ideas easily. Best to have this conversation with your spouse. Okay, how do we have fun? What can we do today? What are we doing today? Planned as well as unplanned. Right? They might be surprised and shocked at the conversation, but worth a try. I know my wife is currently staring at me. You never had this conversation with me. Right? Easier for me to advise other people, but I will have to have that conversation with her today. Okay. Spouse, colleagues. Now it's about your entire family. So which, Ankita, for you includes your kids or any person staying with you, if your mom, dad, in-laws are staying
Mother-in-law.
with you, that included. Now it's that small unit of family. As a family, how do you have fun? Again, thinking in terms of impulsive, like, okay, what do we do today? Weekend, evening, or even a weekday, late night, can we just go out for a walk, or shall we just get something? Like even having ice cream together can be fun. And things like that. And then of course, planned fun. Okay, can we plan a trip or an outing for a day, half day? Weather is going to get better in the UAE now, right? We're just about to hit the start of winter. I've been hearing news reports about winter is here for the last 20 days, but the temperatures are still 37. So I don't feel it. But very soon our temperatures will be much better during the daytime, and then going out becomes easier. It's not stressful. It's not hot and humid. What can we do about it? And then, of course, our fantastic group of friends. And in friends, we have got so much variety. We have got so many different types of friends, different circles of friends. And you could essentially meet some of them, meet one of them, and have some fun moments. Planned, unplanned, both ways. And it's important, right? Engaging with people. And we have touched upon that example of a movie. Yes, watching a movie together can be fun. But if it's just watching the movie and then done, then you haven't really had the fun which the movie was supposed to give you. If you're not disturbing everybody around you during the movie, at least post-movie, as friends or family, you could be having a nice discussion about the movie and having fun. It could be any kind of discussion. It could be making fun of the movie. It could be reviewing the movie. It could be critically analyzing the movie, right? You could do anything, whichever suits the mood of the group on that particular day, right? A Marvel movie, for example, like tons of them coming up every now and then. They are filled with fantasy. So much technology, fantasy, unbelievable things happening. You could make fun of it in many, many different ways. Or you could critically review the movie, or this was good, this was not good, this was nice, well executed. Like I saw one of those movies recently, and the movie was ordinary, but the music in the background was extraordinary, or probably I was paying attention to it. And I made a simple post somewhere, either on LinkedIn or Facebook, that, or probably a Twitter comment, that exemplary background score to the movie. And I found so many people writing the same thing about it. And we got into a conversation, and it was fun. It was interesting. We even got the music director commenting on it, that, finally somebody's talking about it.
Wow.
Right? It was very interesting, because the background score of the movie often gets overlooked. People don't talk about it. People enjoy it. It gives a lot of shape to the movie. If it was to be switched off, you wouldn't enjoy even you wouldn't have even half the enjoyment you had. But then it's one of those overlooked things about the movies. Right?
Yeah.
So any conversation about the movie itself would be a fun, more than the movie itself. And that's what we are missing out on. Right? When we are planning trips also, right? I mean, whether it's a day out or it's a vacation of 1 week, you could plan an adventurous trip, a trip which is about taking the check boxes. Okay, all those things which are to be seen, we have seen. It could be a very relaxing vacation. My wife would love that. Going to a resort and spending 3 days there doing nothing. So we did something like that recently, by chance and by design. We went to India in July, August. It was raining, and we went to Mahabaleshwar, where it was raining very heavily. So we went to this resort, and for 3 days we were inside the resort. We did not step out, because we could not see what is beyond the boundaries of the resort. It was all foggy and rainy. Beautiful weather. All we had fun in that small play area where the resort had a billiards table, some chessboards lying around, a pool table, and other things. So we, all 4 of us, both kids included, we went there, had some fun. You'd go have some great food, and then come back to our room, rest, again go back and play. And in between, we discovered that they were having a karaoke night. So for the first time in my life, in my wife's life, in my kids' life, all 4 of us were doing karaoke. We discovered karaoke that night. trying to think of all the songs he would like to do on karaoke that night. I mean, of course, the guy had like the collection of 5,000 strong songs, but then he wouldn't have the song which we wanted. But we did karaoke for the first time. It was fun just staying in that one place, not going out anywhere, not ticking any of those boxes of been there, done that, seen that, gone to this point, that point, sunset point, love point, suicide point, whatever points are there out there. None of them. We just stayed in one place. It could be anything. And you can plan to have the kind of vacation you want. Peaceful, serene, adventurous, activity based, location based, or anything. And then, of course, in the middle of that, you can have such kind of unplanned fun also. Right? You could be going all around, or you could be just taking a nice walk along the beach with your shoes kept aside and walking bare feet in the water. Now that I'm saying this, I realize that it's been several years that I've done that. So I should be doing that soon enough. Walking bare feet in the sea water, just near the shore, not getting whole wet, just the bottom of the feet getting wet. It's a very, very relaxing feeling. And it's been several years that I've done that. So definitely I need to do that again. Great. So unplanned as well as planned fun, you need to really start paying attention to it. It's extremely important for our physical health. Laughing is great for our physical health. And when you are having fun, laughs would become very natural. They would come out naturally. Sayed meeting a friend at random, spending an hour, I'm sure they would have laughed at a few things, at least a few times. Ankita, you spending just time with your kid, doing what you want, doing what she wants, would have laughed a lot. Having your game night, you would have laughed plenty just playing Uno and not doing any of those other things. It's not planned. Those laughs are not planned. It's not triggered by a stand-up comedian on screen. Laughs which come from the silliest of things. I mean, not even some great joke being said. It's just about a memory being triggered. Sometimes when you are with a friend and a good friend of yours and you are talking and you suddenly say something and you both laugh. And that universe in which that laughter exists is only in your mind. So no one else around you, even if they have heard the whole conversation, understand why you both are laughing, because there is a context and history to that laughter which only you two share. And it's a great bond to have with someone. Right? To have this shared understanding of something and laughing at it or having fun of that understanding, which nobody else can understand. Right? Me and a friend of mine can just at the sheer mention of a bus stop, a particular bus stop, have a lot of laugh. Because we have spent hours there during our college days. Every day we would be at that bus stop waiting for our buses. 3 friends taking 3 different buses to their homes. We would spend anywhere in between 15 minutes to an hour there on a daily basis. And it was right outside a railway station. So a lot of people coming and going, offering us a lot of interesting material to laugh at. We've got a lot of great memories there. Right? So to conclude, I mean, we're coming to the conclusion of this session. It's about triggering those thought processes about having fun. It's to make fun more frequent in life and also more natural. Force the thinking about having fun for some time until you realize that, okay, I don't need to force myself anymore. It's just natural. Thinking about having fun, impulsive fun with your spouse, with your family, with your colleagues, with your friends, just comes naturally. You should be the fun person in the group. You should be the fun person in the relationship. Right? People look towards you to inject fun in their lives. If you could do that, you will be the most wanted person anywhere.
One thing I would like to add that in airlines they used to announce then in emergency, please help yourself first and help others. So first we should be think on ourselves, then start thinking it, so on and
Absolutely, absolutely. Because if you're not happy yourself, if you're not having fun yourself, it's very
correct.
difficult to do that for others.
Because
Right?
we
You can't be
made
bored
some
and
rules
create
and
something.
regulation, entire rules and regulation that something has to like that, something it has to like that. We need to come out from this boundary, because
Yes.
then only real you will enjoy really. Otherwise, just we just doing sake of doing it.
No, and even with fun, it will have to become natural. You could
Correct,
probably
correct,
begin
correct,
by forcing yourself to have fun. Okay, no,
correct,
today I have to do this. I have to
correct,
have
correct,
fun today because
correct,
I've
correct,
not had fun for so much time. I've become a boring guy who's getting older.
correct, correct,
older,
correct, correct,
right?
correct, correct.
You probably have to force yourself to change that inertia which is there just to have fun.
True.
To remove that guilty feeling of having fun. That, okay, how can I have fun while this is going on? No, you can have fun, right? Businesses or organizations which are deep, like we have got events, right? As an organization, we have those landmark events coming up, or like the White Thursday, White Friday, whatever, all those events coming up, which are very, very stressful times. Teams are working 12 hours a day, 18 hours a day. There are times when the whole team is in office throughout the night on a critical juncture. Projects can have go live periods like that, and so on. Every workplace will have those moments when things get very critical and everybody is in office all the time, all hands on board. If it remains stressful, it will become very, very difficult to sustain. If we can inject fun even in those moments when the whole team is there, the times are stressful, but the team is not stressed out. If you can make that happen, it will go a long way in establishing the bonds of friendship within the team and the team wanting to remain. Those are the things which will prevent attrition and not high salaries. At the same time, bring that to your homes. There will be stressful times in life. Do you allow that stress to spill over in your house and in the minds of everybody? Or even in those stressful moments, you can have those unplanned, impulsive, fun moments with the family. Not everybody needs to be affected by that stress, right? You can leave the stress aside and still have fun. So having fun, as I've said before, also great for your health, mental health, as well as physical health, and great for relationships which are important to you in life. Right? I think we come to a probably conclusion. All I will expect you guys to do is think about fun on a more regular basis. At least
Agreed.
spend some time today to plan some of the impulsive, unplanned fun moments you can have, and also start planning for greater fun events, the planned ones, with the various groups. It will be a very fruitful exercise. And I would love to hear back of how many of the activities you planned and how many you executed. Any parting remarks from both of you?
Yeah, really need to think of it. Really need to think of it. We are too born in the entire work life thing. Early morning going to office and again back to home, then again going to office, and it's like not much we don't have to do for ourselves. So we must think of it. It's really helps. It will increase all our productivity, and it will ultimately one of my I'll just recently recent incident. One of my friend who is the I think finance GM. Okay, so he's at very senior position, but he's not taking caring of his health. Always having a lot of pressure of work and finance. You can understand how much kind of pressure they have. So suddenly he was not feeling well. So he just called me and we went to the rush to the Zuleika hospital, and doctor says please do not take so much stress. So that's what I told him, that अरे यार छोड़ो इतना सब जो it's a company, it will not close. Yeah. I can understand every days are not, you will not get everything every day all right. So sometime it happens. So just think about yourself, your health. Let's having fun outside. Just you can start some swimming classes just to change your mind.
Absolutely.
So it affect our health. So ultimately, if it affect on our health, it will affect on our family. So we must think of it.
Yes, yes. And nice example pointed out, like swimming. You could have fun while swimming, while running. I've met people who, for whom it was like, if I were to have fun by myself, I would go for a run. Like I'm the complete opposite. I wouldn't get into physical activities. But yes, there will be some people for whom a physical activity will be fun. Right? Even just a 5-minute run or a 10-minute run could freshen them up and just remove any blocks from their mind. That also there. So you have to find your fun. There's no formula here. It's not a one size fits all.
There is no formula.
Your
No
fun.
problem is we are looking for a formula always. We made boundaries that this is the only fun.
Yes.
We are not going out beyond that. We're not even thinking of it. So that we need to think.
Yes. We are expecting somebody else to tell us how to have fun.
True. Agreed. Even we are thinking that he might be like this, so we have to do this.
Yeah. Which doesn't work, because we all are different. We will have fun in different ways. The kind of movies we watch, the kind of books we read, the kind of activities we engage in, our reaction to those activities and movies and books will be very, very different. So we have to find our own poison, as we say. Right?
True.
And anybody watching this video, once I record it, will be on YouTube. So anybody watching this video, if you came here expecting for answers on how to have fun, well, that's the answer. You will have to figure out your own fun activities. This session was about triggering the conversation on having fun, triggering your thinking on having fun. It was not to give you fun activities to do. Yeah. Ankita, parting shots.
So, yeah, I mean, as a life coach, you had like taught so many methodologies or ways to think about how we need, I mean, what we want in life and how do we approach that. When you were mentioning about this session, sorry, 1 second.
You'll break the wall. Yeah. Yes.
So just the same way when you said about having fun, I had the same kind of feeling. Like maybe you would be telling us how to identify those.
Kids will find the exact opportunity to intervene.
That's a fun. That's a fun. That's a real fun.
Say hi to Hitanshri. Okay. So exactly that's what was my expectation. But then, yeah, what you said is right. It's very specific to. I'm enjoying this. This is also fun.
He's enjoying more than you. Look, someone else is also enjoying. Yeah, now he's getting ideas. Okay.
I don't know. Sometimes the sadistic pleasure is there, right? I have to find out how to get this kind of fun also.
Yeah, don't try this on your husband.
This can only happen with parents. I mean, right on my parents.
Please. Okay. Great. So, fantastic. Lovely. Yes, please don't repeat. So, that was all our conversation about having fun. I hope I have triggered enough thoughts in your minds as to not just why having fun is important, but actually about thinking about fun. it's a serious thing. Take it very seriously. Have some fun. Plan your fun moments. Plan your impulsive, unplanned fun
And
moments
unplanned fun
also.
like this. And also have unplanned fun like this.
Yes. Embrace the unplanned fun which is coming to you. See, we have been talking for the past hour about plans or fun activities which you are triggering. But there are people around you who might be wanting to have fun with you. Be open to that. Don't just shut that off. There will be times when kids want to play with you. And I'm again, once again, I have been guilty of trying to do work when kids are trying to have fun with me. Sometimes it's important, sometimes you can't avoid. So you continue to do work and like kind of shut out your kids. Okay, you have fun while I'm doing some work. But then there are times when you need to prioritize, when you're like, okay, work could probably wait. I need to enjoy the moment while it is happening. Yes. Okay, so on that note, let's have a lot more fun in our lives than we have been having. Let's get control of our lives back rather than life just happening. Okay, great. So on that note, have a nice weekend, have a nice day, and let me close the recording on that point. Here is the stop recording button.
Chalo.